Hello, welcome to Nerd Council, your home for every nerd. My name is Ludo.
My name is Timmy.
I'm Ryan.
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
What's good? What's good, guys? What's new? What's
We was meant to do this episode a week ago.
My bad. I was moving house, so I couldn't.
Yeah, I was hungover.
So you, how are you getting hungover already, bro? Like, has the party even started?
We're turning up.
Fair enough.
Moving house, I can see new location.
Yeah, listen, new digs, new background. Listen, that's to switch up a little bit and run away from my parents because I had enough. But no, it's been cool. It's been cool. Not looking forward to paying rent, but it is what it is. So,
Ryan, what's going on, Ryan? What's going on over there?
What's new, bro?
I'm chilling. The most exciting thing is I've finally got a trim in it. Finally got a fresh trim. Finally got
Jeez! Can I shape up?
6 months, but
straight lines.
Me and Ryan were looking grizzly for a while, bro.
All right, let's get into the episode, man. All right, cool. So we did a poll. If the poll wants to open up. So what we asked was, would you rather live in New York in the Marvel Universe or Gotham? 18% of people said Gotham, and then 82% of people said New York in the Marvel Universe. And this is
that a lot of people have sense. So I would have picked the exact same thing. I would have picked live in Marvel.
I picked Gotham.
Why?
So here my third process, right? So I'm thinking, right, if you live in Gotham, right, the insurance payout for anything that happens is gonna be mad, isn't it? Hopefully you don't die in it. But if you don't die,
if you don't die
in it. So if you don't die, the insurance payout on anything is gonna be mad. So get the insurance payout and then move to Metropolis, and then we're good. Done.
The house must be cheap. The house
is cheap.
You know they live in Gotham. For one, I don't think there's any jobs. If you do get a job, say you work for Joker's henchman, the Batman's gonna break your back. And two, the crazy things they do there, like the Joker putting nerve toxins in, laughing toxins in the gas supply, or the Scarecrow giving you your worst nightmares and all that stuff.
Yeah, they have the most elaborate plans, isn't it?
All the elaborate plans, or even what's his name? Year Zero. Year Zero. What did he do?
I know what you mean in the Batman comic.
Yeah, Batman comic. What's the guy? What's the
What, the Court of Owls?
No, not the Court of Owls. No, even them. I can't even talk about them. But the Riddler when he like just ruined Gotham and just literally it was like Year Zero. They started.
Yeah, but that's calm. Like, I mean, if you
not calm.
The insurance payout is mad though. Think about it. The insurance payout's calm. Like, it's
surrounded by lunatics in Gotham.
The thing is, if you don't get punched up by Batman himself, then you're gonna get punched up by his villains, isn't it?
Wait, so are you saying the only eligible jobs in Gotham are working for Penguin, working for Joker, working for Scarecrow, or working for Bruce Wayne? Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that all the employees?
I don't see any other jobs there. I don't see the Gotham economy booming. Like, literally, I would say, and the stunts these like Batman's villains pull off. No, I can't live there, man.
Okay, so what? So why New York?
You'd be watching TV, then all of a sudden Joker says, "I've planted 27 bombs." if the Batman don't reveal himself, loads of people gonna die, and he's like, they're gonna die anyway. Nah, man, I can't live.
Every day just stress. See which villain's gonna kill you that day.
Bro.
No, but why New York though? Why New York in Marvel? Because that's just as bad.
I would say I would say like with the Gotham villains, there's like a psychopath and gloomy feel with Gotham. Like Gotham, I don't think there's ever any sun. You know?
I was gonna say that. You know? There's no sunshine. No sunshine. There's none. Even the sun runs away from Gotham.
Yeah, but it's like, so I can't be living there. And if I move to that Staten Island or something, I can avoid.
But you got all them aliens, bruv, and you know.
I'd rather do with aliens.
Rhinos doing the mad thing. Green Goblins doing the mad thing. Who else is
I'd rather do the Skrulls than Joker, personally.
What?
Yeah.
You're guessing. You're guessing. You'd rather do with Skrulls than Joker.
Yes.
Yeah, Joker's unpredictable. You don't know what he's gonna do.
Exactly, bro. You might even be working like, you're boring me. Let me kill him.
I still will go for Gotham. I can't lie. I think Gotham makes the most sense just because
£2 a month rent. I'm still not doing it.
Yeah. Only way you can stay safe is if you don't come out of your apartment.
Even then,
someone will probably blow up your apartment block for no reason. Just for kicks.
Joker put a bomb in your apartment and Batman has to find it.
And then Batman never finds it.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Let's go into the main news because I got nothing else to say on this topic. Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead trailer released by Netflix. What do you think?
Yeah, I saw that. You see that the zombie tigers and that.
I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, like
Yeah, Zack Snyder, he's a madman. He's a sick man, bro.
I haven't seen it yet. I'll watch the film though. It's Zack in it, so I'll definitely be watching the movie. When does it drop?
May something.
Yeah.
May something. Come on, which May. But I like the fact that he's using quote unquote smart zombies. I think that's a very interesting concept to be using because not most times you think of zombies they're just dumb and they just run and eat. So like these.
What was the last zombies to use smart zombies? What was Will Smith's zombie movie called again?
Oh,
I Am Legend or something, isn't it?
I Am Legend, yeah, I Am Legend.
Yeah, those are zombies
Here I Am
as well. Yeah, smart zombies. They're even scarier because obviously including all that. So that's interesting. But also moving on, the Falcon and Winter Soldier producer teases the return of Isiah Bradley moving forward.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when he says teases though, we've seen Isiah Bradley as Cap, or we've seen Isiah Bradley as
Patriot,
the odd man.
Patriot on the Young Avengers.
You think?
100%. I think Marvel have been setting up Young Avengers for.
I know we've said for ages now. Yeah,
it's a natural inclusion. As soon as I see him in the show, I thought, at some point he's gonna become Patriot. I was hoping you might see.
He's like 82, bro. That's nothing young about him.
No, but Patriot is Isiah Bradley's grandson. Okay. Not Isiah Bradley himself, but you've mentioned Isiah Bradley coming back. So are we talking, like I said, are we talking an old Isiah Bradley?
I'm talking about the grandson. Yeah.
Right.
I'm confused. Yeah. Not Isiah, but the grandson.
Right. But if they're going to introduce Isiah Bradley or tease Isiah Bradley, are we talking like a young Isiah Bradley? Does that mean we're going back in time again? Or are we talking like a more current Isiah Bradley? I don't know. Just being on screen more.
I think the storyline will focus on him and the grandson. That's how I think they'll go for it. I don't think they'll go that far in depth on Isiah himself.
But even the grandson, he's not enhanced though. He hasn't got a super soldier serum, does he? He doesn't.
No, of course not.
Yeah, I know, but he could obtain it. He could get it.
True. But to be a young Avenger, he doesn't necessarily need it as well.
Yeah, exactly. You've seen that with Sam anyway. That you don't need someone to be.
But what if it's a case of the super soldier serum gets passed down genetically? Bit of a reach. I know it's a reach. I know, but like.
I heard that because obviously Captain America, he didn't have kids, so we don't even know if that's
exactly. We don't know if that's a thing or not.
Yeah, there's loads of different ways they could do it, but I think that's sort of where they're headed. So I'm excited.
All right. Shazam director welcomes Lucy Liu as a villain in Shazam as killing Calypso. What do we think of Lucy Liu in Shazam?
She's a great actor for one. She's a high level actor,
But
I ain't no but. I don't have no but. I have no buts. That's an interesting casting for sure. Like also getting her involved in that. She's been doing a lot of things for quite some time. Never like high upper level coming into the MCU, into DCEU. It's an interesting casting. I'll say that for sure.
I think it just adds to the long list of A-class or high-tier actors and actresses that join in the comic book community. Yeah. Like it's just very interesting to watch because I don't know whether they're going off the fact of like the success of the MCU or just taking gigs in general. But it's very like Helen Mirren is now in a comic book movie. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
You know where the bags are, I know.
It's what the bag is. It's really truly. Yeah. But do you think having all these high-class actors? I'm not trying to disrespect any other actors, but like when you've got likes of like Russell Crowe, Helen Mirren, and Lucy Liu, we're talking high-class actors here. Do you think that is going to reflect how the Academy Awards, or will they introduce more, I guess, or allow superhero movies to be in more of these categories, like best film, best actor, best actress, because of these actors coming into these roles? What do you think?
I would say it will therefore make them expand their categories then. I think it will push that first. I think at least it will push. If it doesn't make them obviously try it for best film or best whatever actor, it will therefore make them think about expanding the categories they have at this moment in time to include categories that fit people who do appear in these movies more often. I think it'll lead down to that. But even so, it does add more credibility. These actors doing these movies because now it's not just a kiddie thing. This is real cinema also.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. I think maybe the use of the words "real cinema" is always. But
I know what you mean.
I know what you mean. Yeah, but like,
more Scorsese won't rock with it. But
all right, She-Hulk has reportedly begun filming. Have they?
Yeah.
When's it out?
I mean, I don't know. I find it hard to get excited for things if I read like a headline that says they're still in filming, then
I'm not really like, I don't get buzzed over like either start filming, still filming, in production. Like if I know it's coming out already, I don't really care enough.
If there's a trailer, like now we're talking.
Let me know when it's done. Let me know when the trailer's dropping. Show me a teaser poster, and I'm good. I don't really need to
and plus also because She-Hulk is a character that I never really had the highest like care for in the first place. So it being told just filming like, all right, that's cool, but I never really cared that much of that on the character.
I just wonder what they're gonna do.
For example, if it said, "Oh, Moon Knight started filming because I have a care for the character," I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna keep note of that." She-Hulk, that's when it will come when it comes, and that's when I'll pay attention. But for now, it's just a footnote.
Yeah, I think. But for me, it's like, what kind of show are they gonna make for She-Hulk? Because they could easily make She-Hulk like a lawyer drama series in a weird way, which I think could work. But I don't think they're gonna go down that route. So I'm very apprehensive about the show, regardless.
You know, I would say from what we've got from WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier, I'm very comfortable in whatever they're trying to do in all the other shows they're doing, because they've shown us from 2 good shows already that 2 very different. They took different paths, but they've executed them well. So I would give them the benefit of the doubt for sure. I think Marvel and Disney have earned the benefit of the doubt at this point now. Anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think like, they've gone 2 for 2 in terms of like these TV shows. They've shown that what they can do and what's capable and what's possible. So I don't think anyone should really look at these 2 shows that have happened and be like, okay, well, Marvel don't know how to make a good TV show, because they've shown you twice now that they know how to do a good TV show. They may not be the best TV shows. Where's Ryan gone? Anyways, they may not be like the best TV shows, they may not be like the most perfect TV shows, but nonetheless, like they have done a good job with producing these TV shows and telling and expanding these characters that we may not necessarily have had expansions for know very well. So yeah, kudos to them.
And also remember when WandaVision was just about finishing, people were at the start kind of apprehensive about Falcon and Winter Soldier, and now people have been saying they enjoyed Falcon and Winter Soldier even more than WandaVision. So that just goes further to show that they're going above me over the shows. Ryan, how about you? What's going on there?
Yeah, I enjoyed both. I mean, both of them had their own like sort of criticisms as well.
Yeah.
I enjoyed both in their own way. So for the rest of the show, so like I'm more hyped now for like Loki than I was before.
Yeah,
I'm more hyped for as well, just because they've already put out 2 good shows. So now I'm kind of expecting the next 2 to be good as well. And I think in She-Hulk specifically, there's a few things that they could explore a little bit more. Like I would like them to bring in General Ross, and see. I don't know. I think
the Thunderbolts in that.
I think the Thunderbolts can kind of be in the pipeline. So if they're going to do it, it makes perfect sense to set things up in that TV show. They use the TV shows to set a lot of things up for the movies.
I think at this stage for Marvel, I think what they need to do more of is introduce us to more teams. We've got the Guardians of the Galaxy, we've got the Avengers, which is great, but we need more team setups.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So just so that we're not always relying on the Avengers for stuff. And because the Avengers setup is great, the roster is great. There was that big, Avengers moment in Endgame, but there are more teams than just the Avengers within Marvel. So they need to make sure that they're setting up for other teams like they're doing with like Young Avengers, which is great. It would be great to see the Thunderbolts. It would be great to see, I don't know, what's the one with all the Hulks in it? Freaking, I don't know, even Agents of Smash. Like, if they're doing Agents of Smash, that's great. Like, set that up, but show us more teams. Bring the Defenders back from the Netflix show. Do that. But, all right, what's...
Yeah, I can't remember. Did you guys enjoy the Defenders?
I did, yeah, for what it was. I thought it was good. I have no real complaints about it. It was just, yeah.
They did my dog Punisher dirty and that, though. He should have been in that.
Oh yeah, 100. Well, no, I thought it was trash. I'm not gonna lie.
Just trash.
I can't remember about that show.
It just wasn't that good, I don't think, innit? I really liked Daredevil TV shows, but that's about it, really.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give it to you. What is next? Interesting. Will Smith and Antoine Fuqua, I can't say his name. Antoine Fuqua. I'm gonna say it if I said it wrong. It's fine. Poor Emancipation movie from filming in Georgia over voting laws. Okay.
For one, we're tired of the black trauma movies, so who cares?
I'm not even tired of them. I'm fed up.
You're fed up, then.
Because it's like, I understand wanting to see more black films, black TV shows, black producers, black directors, all that kind of stuff, and then it's great. But when all you're giving us is just
trauma.
I will say I will call it trauma porn if I'm going to be honest with you at this point. I'll call it trauma porn because that only seems to be what people want to give us, and it's nothing new. It'll be different if you're giving us like you can have slavery or like black racism in a film or TV show as a minor concept, not when you're making it the overarching theme. That's when you lose me. That's when I'm just like, it's boring. Like when what's his name? Oh God. Who did Get Out? Jordan Peele. When Jordan Peele did Get Out, right? Yes, racism was a key factor of the film, but the way he did it was different.
Yeah.
When we had Lovecraft Country, racism was a aspect of it, but everything else was still based in fantasy and everything, and you know that Jim Crow era of America, which is great to see. But like when you got films like Them or TV shows like Them, this Emancipation film, all this kind of like generic, boring slavery and racism type stuff, it's boring. Give us more films about teenagers doing teenager stuff. Give us more slice of life stuff. Give us more coming of age stuff. Give us more like sci-fi stuff, rom-coms. Like give us a rom-com. When was the last time we saw a black rom-com? Apart from like Girlfriends, how many years ago? When was the last time we saw like a black rom-com?
Would you class Girlfriends as a rom-com?
I think it's a rom-com. I think it was a rom-com. Oh no, sorry, not Girlfriends, Girls Trip.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah.
Girls Trip, Orange One. Yeah, like these are all like just give us more stuff, just not every day.
It also becomes kind of like tone deaf as well, because like obviously with the pandemic, people are trying to see more trauma as well, bro. Like we've done something that's we take a lot of people go to movies for escapism as well. We don't want to be put into another hostile environment, so to speak.
Right, what was that Netflix TV show about that one guy that kept living in his apartment? And every time he left his apartment, the police officer just kept killing him, and he kept reliving the same day over and over again. I can't remember what it's called, but like it's like, why would you make that? In the last year, last 2 years, we've seen how many people die at the hands of police, and then you want to go make a film about this one
make
guy.
A game with that as well, or something.
Someone made a game, bruv. Yeah. Someone made a game
I saw that.
About making the right choices to avoid being killed by the police. How does that make sense?
What's this game played on, like PC or something?
So it's an indie developer. It's a PC based game, and it's like, what would make you want to make that game? Because what you're saying in that game is that the onus is on black people to make good choices so we don't get killed by the police, not the fact that the police are out here killing black people when it shouldn't be, period. It's such a I'm done. I'm honestly done with it. I don't need to experience, like, there are enough black people dying every day at the hands of police and those sorts. Then you want to come and bring that into my escapism.
Exactly, bro. Then for all different sorts of reasons and situations, bro. Right way to do things, bro, because you end up still, even the quote unquote right way still gets people killed. So we're never trying to get into that and go there. But obviously, moving on, the Powerpuff Girls official first look revealed by the CW. It looked like some ass, bro.
I haven't seen it. What, was it like a trailer?
No, it's like them, like literally just running.
Yeah, it's a photo. I see it. It looks so bad. It looks so bad.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the trailer. Because I feel like the trailer is gonna surprise us, and it might actually be good.
No way. We've seen CW CG, and it's nothing special. Look, they couldn't even give people proper costumes in the Arrowverse. Everyone was busting out leather jackets. What do you think they will do? They put the Powerpuff Girls in leather jackets.
I mean, they put in like the traditional, like I say traditional, they use like Powerpuff Girls skirts and stuff, right? But like they modernized it a little bit. And I've seen like the theatrical poster. Is that a movie or a TV show? I can't remember. But I've seen the poster for it and it looks okay. I'm gonna wait for the trailer because I just need to see what Mojo Jojo is gonna look like if they have him or if they don't. But I'm gonna wait for the trailer before I cast any harsh judgment. But understandably,
you want Mojo Jojo to be in like CGI makeup and all that.
I don't know, bro, but I just hope they don't cast a black guy as Mojo.
I was gonna ask that.
The internet will flip. The internet will go mad if they cast a black guy as Mojo Jojo. I'll just be laughing in the comments. I can't even lie to you. Oh man, okay.
What's the green Powerpuff Girl again? Is it Bubbles? No.
Well, Buttercup.
Buttercup, yeah. I think she's mixed race or something.
Yeah, they cast a mixed girl, which I think is weird. I think she should have been all white, personally.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Gundam is bringing its live action movie to Netflix under director Georgian Vaux Roberts, the filmmaker behind Kong Skull Island. I cannot remember Gundam, for the life of me. I can't remember Gundam at all. I think
that's the Transformers thing.
Yeah, no. I mean, I can see it in my head, but I don't remember watching it. as a kid, and that's
I
kind of
remember
scary.
watching it, but I've got no interest. It's not going to be good. There's absolutely no chance that would be a good movie.
Another Japanese product being turned into live action.
Yeah, you already know
I
I've said it so many times in it that I'm not here for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be like Transformers though, just less metal.
You just watch Transformers, man, and you're good.
It's a bit of a sticky one that, but it's coming to Netflix as well. I think Netflix is trying to pump out as much product and as much like content as much as physically possible at this point. They're greenlighting everything. Like,
I don't blame them, to be honest with you. Like they have to now compete with Disney. They have to now compete high key with HBO and Amazon Prime. Like they were very much at the forefront. Now they're having to compete with everyone else. So by all means, listen, greenlight everything. It gives me more stuff to watch. So, but make sure it's quality.
Don't you think at times it kind of gets overwhelming though, like having to like keep up with so many different shows?
Yeah, but I think it's a case of like, are you really watching all the shows that come out? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll be really watching everything that comes out. Like, if I look at Amazon Prime, when I'm watching Amazon Prime, I'm literally only watching Invincible.
Yeah.
Done. Netflix, what am I even watching on Netflix now? Nothing really. Disney had my attention. HBO MAX, we don't have HBO MAX in the UK, but had my attention. Like, I think it's just about what you're watching and what you're not watching in it. But
that's why I like what obviously Disney are doing. They're releasing their shows like literally one after the other. They're not releasing at the same time. For example, like it got to a period where obviously Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, Flash, and all that, it was happening at the same time. So it kind of got a bit of Black Lightning as well. So kind of got overwhelming trying to keep up.
It got confusing.
Yeah, like I got to a point where I think that's one of the reasons why I stopped watching as well, because it's so hard to keep up with all of the shows. And that was the only way that you could make sense for like the crossover episodes as well.
Yeah.
And then once I stopped watching one,
you stopped watching them all.
Yep, just got my confusing.
That's why I definitely like this. They do it for literally. They release one division at first, week by week, whatever. Then they do Falcon, Winter Soldier. Then they move to Loki. They're not doing it all at once. And Hawkeye, whatever. They're not. It's not all going to be all at once. It's going to be certain. They're all going to have their own time to shine.
Oh, I hope so. Anyway, when's Loki out? Loki's out in June, right? June?
Yeah, definitely in June. Definitely.
Yeah,
I don't know when.
We've got plenty of time left with Loki. Plenty of time. New Mutants is not streaming on HBO Max. Why on earth is that film still being watched?
For one, I'm just surprised it's on HBO Max though. Like it's kind of like a crossover.
It should be on Disney, right?
You would think that
because it's a Fox property.
Yeah, you'd think it should be on Disney.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
But I mean, do you know what? I still haven't watched the game. You know, I've watched the game. I still haven't seen the film. Actually, to be honest with you, and I don't know if I actually want to. But I feel like I have to for research purposes.
Yeah, same.
For example, it wasn't on HBO Max. Say, for example, it was on Amazon Prime, and we could watch it. Would you actually watch it? Because I know
I'll probably set aside like an hour or two to watch it for sure. Yeah. Just to get out of the way, so I can have my own opinion of it.
So I really was excited for that film. Like for it.
At first, we liked the concept, obviously, like a superhero horror movie. We really like the concept because all the pushback, all the things that changed, and the race bending, that kind of put us off it. So yeah, I'll still watch it. You know the ones you just still gotta watch.
I might find the time for it.
Oh yeah, even back to like loads of shows. What happens to like all those other shows? Obviously, those Runaways. There was Agents of Shield.
Runaways.
What was that mutant show as well? The mutant show.
Oh, Gifted.
There was Legion.
Man. They were cancelled.
There was Legion as well.
Legion cancelled.
So literally, I'm saying that like we're getting an overload of these type of shows. Like, so it does get, for me personally, I would say it does get a bit overwhelming trying to keep up all of them and trying to watch all of them as well. Sometimes like that's why something for me, I'll be like, if I don't like the trailer or whatever, I'm not watching it at all because I don't know. I'm already got enough on my plate to watch.
No, I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely get that. Second to last, Amazon's Lord of the Rings will cost $465 million for just one season.
Yeah.
That's kind of cheap. They can afford that. I think Jeff Bezos has enough money to afford that.
It's not cheap though. That's great, bro. That's movie money.
That's insane. He needs to take some of that money and put it into the animation budget because
that's big movie money. Now that's just for one season. This is like going Game of Thrones level. Like, so they're gonna be going crazy with everything, CGI, animation, obviously the makeup, actors.
That's burning cash. That's an insane amount.
How much did the first Lord of the Rings film actually cost to make? Let me see. 281 million for all three films.
See, this is just one season.
So what are they doing then? What exactly? Like, fam,
This has to come out in like 8K. This has to
Fam,
How can
I need 16K. I need 4D. I need, motion sensor touching. I don't know all that kind of shit. Like if they feel hurt, if they feel pain, I want to feel pain. If they cry, I want to cry. I want a full in-depth experience for 400 million.
How deep it is, you know what I'm saying?
For a TV show for the first season. That's nuts. That's
light for Jeff, innit?
Yeah, definitely light for Jeff Bezos, bro.
It's like
that week.
0.111% or something like that. Some small figure. But what's the show actually about though? What are they actually covering?
I think it's gonna be like with this season gonna be, because Lord of the Rings got its own universe in itself.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a story from within its universe. Like, because I ain't watched Lord of the Rings so long, plus the movies are so long, like I forget what Lord of the Rings is about. It's in itself.
But does it need to be like I can't lie, if you're gonna spend nearly $500,000 on season 1 of a show, that better be one of the best shows in existence.
All time.
Like that's crazy. Okay.
Anyway. Then again, there's money.
Consider like Game of Thrones type numbers per episode. It's just not.
Game of Thrones, right? Game of Thrones cost to make. Oh, you know what I said? I know, I'm sure it's a lot. Hold on. I'm gonna find this. Game of Thrones budget. Cool. Cost per episode, yeah? So season 2 was like 6 million. Season 8 was like per episode, 6 million per episode. Yeah. Season 8, 15 million per episode. So not even touching 400 million.
Not even close.
Not even close. So like I said, better be the best show.
That HBO are dropping the bag, especially by the time they got to like season 7 and that.
Yeah.
So
this Amazon are taking another step though, in terms of dropping the bag. But this is gonna take a while to make then, if it's gonna cost this much. Do
you know? Having said that, if you look at the roster of I know they're going on for tangent bit, but if you look at the roster of people they got for Invincible, they must have dropped racks for that show, because they've got mad they got some heavy hitters on that. So they must have dropped mad racks on that.
Speaking of Invincibles, quickly, you man have read the comics, innit?
I've read some of the comics. I haven't read all of the comics, but I want to repurchase the comics and get the whole.
So do you know Omni-Man's motive?
Oh yeah, no, I know all that. I know all.
And do you?
I don't know nothing.
Yeah, I don't know nothing either. That's how.
I've
this is this like couple of weeks of me trying to force myself to not read it, to not spoil it for myself.
I've been sitting here for so long. I'm thinking, okay, but bro, why'd you kill them? Like, why?
What is your reason? What was the reason?
So this is what I say, right? No spoilers, but this is what I say, right? When we find out the reason behind Omni-Man killing the what they call the Guardians? Just
Guardians,
yeah. It won't feel as it'll feel very much like a what the fuck moment, in the sense of like, is that it?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's what comes after that, which would be really interesting to watch. So just keep watching Invincible, man. Like season 2, gonna be mad. Season 3, gonna be crazy. But it's not like the most like mind-blowing reasoning in the world. And you can kind of see, I mean, if you've been watching the episode closely enough, or the series closely enough, you can kind of make out why he did it from a lot of what he said to his son. But yeah, it's just watch next week for sure. All right, lastly, Emilia Clarke joins Marvel's Secret Invasion at Disney Plus.
Again, Daenerys at Disney Plus as well.
Mother of Dragons coming to Disney Plus, coming to Secret Invasion.
Coming to Marvel, see, bro. Literally, Kevin Feige is like Suge Knight in his prime, bro. If you don't want, people in your videos messing about, come over to Disney Plus, B. Ryan, bro.
What was she? Did you say Ryan?
Ryan, bro. Like literally, man. I don't think DC got a pull like that, bro. Come on, bro.
DC got it like that. Come on, Ryan. Now, come on. Like that, I know you got Lucy Liu.
We even got the couple on the phone, bro. We're in talks, bro.
What do you mean, bro? Listen, we had Russell Crowe first.
Okay, but we got Russell Crowe now. So what's up?
But, that's another piece of news. Russell Crowe is going to play Zeus in Love War, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, but I don't know how that's going to make sense.
In fourth one, he's going to play Zeus.
I saw people getting excited about Russell Crowe playing Zeus, but Marvel haven't even done that well with Norse mythology. I know obviously Thor in Marvel isn't closely connected to like Norse, but they haven't really touched on it.
Go on, what do you mean?
They haven't done that well at all.
They haven't.
So if they haven't done like Asgard well, what makes you think they're going to do the Greek mythology well?
But how does Zeus fit into the whole Asgardian mythos? Because we haven't even explored that in itself. So how is he going to now fit into?
Well, Hercules does exist within the Marvel universe.
No, I know that. But what I'm saying is,
he does though. He does exist, right?
He does exist. Hercules exists. The Greek gods exist.
How does he fit into the film?
Exactly. I know how it's gonna work personally, but it'll be interesting. Wait, but did Russell Crowe announce that? Because he could be getting his role wrong. Do you know what I mean?
You feel him see now.
Maybe I don't know. Like he could be a little bit senile. But yeah, I don't know how Zeus is gonna fit into Thor personally, but it is what it is at this point. It is what it is. This episode of the ELGATO podcast is brought to you by ELGATO and the new Wave 1 microphone. Now, I know you're probably thinking this is some generic podcast ad, but mate, you cannot deny the sound quality. The new Wave 1 has allowed us to deliver an incredible audio experience for you guys, while still allowing us to deliver the same great content you all love and enjoy. So go check out the new Wave 1 and see how it can improve your audio content. Now, back to our episode. All right, let's get into our main topic of today's episode. So, we are talking about superheroes killing and why they do it. So, Ludo, do you want to take the lead on this?
I'll get started off. I've also been thinking a bit recently. Just is it realistic to not expect your superheroes to not kill?
Is it realistic?
Yeah. And what's your thoughts on that as well? Or some superheroes taking a mantle of I don't cross that line, and some superheroes are okay cross that line.
Do you know what? Yeah, I just can't help but think of the Injustice storyline. Whenever this question's kind of brought up, because it's like if Batman had killed Joker years back, years back, we would not have got Joker killing Lois Lane, which then led to Superman becoming
a paranoid figure.
So I don't know, off that basis, as it were, I think sometimes heroes need to cross that line. They need that. Sometimes it's not enough just to throw people in prison.
Yeah,
I know that personally that goes against my whole like moral values of I personally think like no one should be killing anyone in it. Personally, like that's not your right. You have no right to do that. But in a world where people are doing the maddest of shit, sometimes I think that line needs to be crossed. And I think heroes have to take that burden and just do it for us because we ain't gonna do it. So
with that line, do you think crossing that line? Do you think once you say the saying is once you cross that line, you can't cross back? Do you think that's valid then? Like Ryan, what's your thoughts on
that? No, I kind of agree with Timmy's point, isn't it? I think like context needs to be applied to situations, and I think in some, then like a hero killing would be justified. So it's a difficult one, isn't it? But
it's not easy.
Like, I don't know. I don't agree with Batman's stance. I always say Batman should have killed Joker from a long time.
Facts.
So you say Batman, for example, like because obviously I remember in this leads back to Red Hood when Joker's like not Joker when Jason Todd's like I didn't ask you to kill Penguin, Riddler. I just asked you to kill this guy, this one guy. You don't have to kill anyone else, but for some reason you never killed this one guy. What makes you your sense? You antiquate sense of morality so strongly that you feel like if you just kill this like basic piece of shit, but you can't do it. You still think you're better than that person, but you're still letting that person create so much chaos that can be avoided by your hands.
I mean, I
agreed with his point as well. When I watched Under the Red Hood, when I saw that scene, I agreed with Jason.
It's hard not to. Because it's like if you did, we wouldn't be in this situation. But I think you also have to look at the hero's view on life itself, because if you look at Superman, right? I know we're kind of DC heavy on this stuff, but there's a reason for that. Because if you look at Superman, right? If Superman now kills Darkseid, which he has tried to do on numerous occasions, right? Is Superman then crossing the line? Like where do we draw the line when it comes to heroes killing? I won't say people, I'll say other beings. Because if it's not a case of, oh, well, I can't kill this villain because they're human, but I can kill this villain because they're not from this planet. Doesn't that kind of add a very large gray area to what is and what isn't morally right in terms of killing villains? Because like put it this way, if Superman kills Darkseid, no more Darkseid, right? But if he kills Lex Luthor, is anyone really going to be upset at Lex Luthor dying? But all of a sudden, because Lex Luthor is human, we have to now allow Lex Luthor to live. And I don't know.
Also interesting because obviously, I remember reading the comic. One of them was like, reason why you guys, I don't have a long list of villains like Batman and Superman, because I basically I kill my villains. I end the villains. I kill my villains. I solve the problem.
While Superman, she's a warrior. She's a different mindset.
Exactly, different. So she just they just throw them in prison and they always come out. When I read it, she says, "I solved the problem," and that shows that do heroes have the right to be judged during execution?
But we make them judge during execution though, because when stuff goes down, it's help us, save us, do what needs to be done to protect us. So then, can you really then? So if a superhero now kills a supervillain or a villain, period, can we really then go like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that"? Because if they've done nothing now, you'd now be doing, why didn't you do anything to save me? So it's like, where do we really draw the line when it comes to this kind of like heroes killing villains type thing? Because like, if the hero now
about the Punisher.
Yeah, I was gonna go to, but go on, for example, like, so should we, like, for example, because obviously now we're watching a lot more adult superhero movies, shows and that. So when you guys watch like shows like The Boys and Invincible, what's your guys' thoughts on it? How like easily superheroes or super beings are killed, which is more of a general thing there.
I think there's a realism to the shows, especially with The Boys, because like I think especially in the comic books and stuff, and like DC and Marvel and everything else, we see heroes as perfect beings. You can't really do any wrong, and when they do kind of do wrong, it's like on an occasion, maybe for like a story arc, then they go back to like being perfect. With The Boys, what we saw is that heroes are genuinely flawed beings. And that these heroes will do what all people do when they have power. They will go
and abuse it.
And then abuse it. Absolutely abuse it. So when these heroes were out killing people, what can really be done? Because how are you gonna stop this super being from not killing people whose job is to like save your life every day? Like, I don't know. I think
it kind of like also with these adult shows, it kind of like gets rid of the mask of that perfect beings or superheroes are meant to be. Like, I was watching obviously Falcon and Winter Soldier recently. I just thought like trying to live up to Captain America, to Steve, it's kind of like impossible, because he was seen as the perfect being, like the perfect person, and living up to his standards, like it's kind of unfair on everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Because even when John Walker killed the person that killed his friend, like, everyone else would do that, but Cap wouldn't, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect
sense. Wait. Do you think Cap wouldn't do that if it would be Bucky?
If he did have to kill, he wouldn't have done it in the same way that John Walker done it. He would have done it completely different.
How? Explain.
He wouldn't have executed him with the shield for a start. No.
Okay.
And also, when the guy said, "I didn't do anything, it wasn't me," he would have probably stopped.
Yeah, exactly. He would have backed down at that point. He would have known.
Cap would have probably backed down, but that's Cap, and he's like seen as beyond the shield, beyond the stars and flag. He's seen as the perfect person. So while everyone else has to follow behind, it's not the perfect person. Everyone else is flawed. Steve was seen as something that's beyond, beyond. So that's where it comes to how, like, literally, are we putting too much emphasis on superheroes? They got superpowers, but they're not super people.
So is it a case of, okay, so say superheroes are killing supervillains. Does it then become a case of like the how behind these villains are killed? Because
if they're killed in battle, it's okay, but if they're executed, is an issue there.
I mean, it's kind of one and the same though, no?
Well, do you agree with? Did you think John Walker was in the wrong for killing that super soldier?
I think John Walker, who was trying to live up to the mantle of Captain America left by Steve Rogers, was definitely in the wrong, because there was something about him killing him with the shield that was very symbolic, in a sense, of him not being worthy of that of that title to be Captain America, because there's a lot to live up to, that because that's what Steve's legacy, in a sense, was. If he killed him another way, it would have been okay, Mark, he killed him. But the fact he killed him with the shield says a lot. Now, Was he in the right? No. But do I understand why he did it? Yes, because he's not Steve Rogers. He's not perfect. And again, I still think if it had been Bucky that had died like that, had Steve caught the person that killed Bucky, he might have killed that person, I think. Because let's keep it 100. He was very much ready to kill Tony when Tony was up against when Tony was ready to kill
No, he was ready to scrap Tony. I don't think he
No. Come on. He was ready to kill. He was going to kill Tony.
He was not going to kill Tony.
He was going to kill Tony.
No, I'm gonna have to push back there because you remember, obviously, in Civil War, where literally Tony puts his hand up. Obviously, he's defenseless and he just breaks his arc reactor like on his suit. He could have killed him if he wanted to.
No, exactly, but like I still think
I think that's also like a callback into to show the difference between Steve and John Walker, because John Walker went for the killing shot while Steve didn't. And the guy was defenseless, and it was all the shield as well. And the shield was meant to be much more. That's what I think as well on that angle.
So I think it's different in every situation.
Right.
I don't agree with John Walker. But then in the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Falcon smoked a few of them people. You see what I'm saying? But that for me is
more soldier first and foremost, though.
Yeah, true. But what I'm saying is I didn't mind when he done it. I thought it was acceptable because you can tell it was done in a different manner. But the way John Walker done it, that's not on.
So in a battle scenario, it's fine.
Yeah.
But if it's like someone is very much like
defenseless.
Yeah, he pleaded. He said, "I'm sorry, was it me?" Exactly.
Okay, I'll give you that. Okay,
let's move it. Are vigilantes like the Punisher and the Red Hood too extreme, or more in line with what people actually do?
Definitely more in line with what people do. But I think those people, it depends on the. Well, actually, let me reword what I'm going to say. So I think they're more in line with people who have vengeance in mind. Like they're very much vengeful characters because they've been so done hard by whether it's a person or society or a group of people. So I know if I was in a situation and I had to become the Punisher, I'm very much doing what the Punisher does, and everyone's getting chopped up and everyone's getting deaded. Can't lie, facts are facts. I would not expect the Punisher to do a 180 and then stop killing people. Personally, I just think it's just not how he operates. It's just not how his mind works.
We're not going to expect him to change because we know that's how he is. But overall, do you agree with his killing?
Oh, I don't know what.
It's like
the thing with the Punisher though, like he kind of, because he's so like literally final solution is like he doesn't believe in forgiveness or people changing or rehabilitation. He doesn't believe in any of that. So it kind of like takes that out of it, you know. Like if you're you can be like a low level just drug dealer. He's getting rid of you.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Says I don't agree with it overall.
Yeah.
With some people, for the Punisher, yeah, you could probably make it.
Okay, do you know what type of people we're talking about? What's because this question is very much a moral question. It's very much a moral issue, and sometimes it's hard to take out the heroes from this universe, this fictional universe, and put them in reality. Because in my head, in the fictional universe, the Punisher could do what he wants. I mean, like, do your thing, justify it, whatever. Now, if I bring it into reality, if we're not talking about a Punisher that's walking around in broad daylight on the streets of London, and he's just there deading up everyone, like, you know, drug dealers and hoodlums and X, Y, Z. Obviously, I'm saying that's not justified. Like, you can't be doing that. But I think it's more about the who. But even then, is the who even a justifiable excuse for someone like the Punisher to just be going out and dealing his own version of justice or vengeance like that to a point where you're, like we said earlier, executing people? It's not like it's a battle.
Who do you say has got a stronger reason to be why the reason they are? For example, in Justice Superman, Punisher, or the Red Hood? Because with the Red Hood, we know the reason why he became Red Hood, because obviously the Joker killed him. He came back to life. We found out Batman didn't avenge him. Obviously, Joker kind of made Superman go crazy when the Joker killed Lois and his unborn child, and obviously Punisher when his family got gunned down. Who do you think has the more moral reason to be the reason why they are?
Not Jason. The other two are acceptable, not Jason.
Why not Jason?
Because he became a superhero. You know what the rules are. Like, you know the game you're playing, innit? It's high risks. Did he think that Do you know what I'm saying? Death is obviously a possibility for a superhero, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The Punisher's family and Thingy's family, they're not. So it's different, isn't it?
They didn't sign up for it.
Yeah, exactly. Jason signed up for it. He needs to shit, but take the L, innit?
Oh no, Super didn't sign up to be a superhero.
No, but Lois and obviously the unborn child did.
All right, no, okay, but this is my thing. I think with Superman's situation in Injustice, I don't think he was justifiable in becoming the tyrant he became just because he lost Lois. I understand.
But I would say he's justified. Would you say he's justified in killing Joker though?
Oh no, just to kill a Joker, absolutely. Absolutely. Everything that happened afterwards, definitely not. Because I feel like once he killed Joker, that should have been it. Done, finished. You dealt the justice that needs to be dealt. Yes, it's painful. Yes, we're sorry for you. Yes, we mourn with you. But that should be it. You're supposed to be Superman. You're supposed to be the person that protects humanity in a just way, not just like protect us in a.
You're meant to be humanity in its purest form, even though you're not human.
Absolutely. So killing Joker, absolutely justified. Everything that comes after that, absolutely not. Punisher, I think, at a humane level, anyone could become Punisher. Given what happened to him, anyone could easily become Punisher with in a single moment. Is he justified in his actions? I don't know, man. I can't say yes or no. I just think it's a tricky one. I can't be lying. It's a tricky one.
Also, do you remember when the Punisher and Daredevil, they get into little scuff? He's like, "Oh, you're like one bad day away from becoming me." Obviously, Daredevil, he's another obviously superhero who doesn't believe in killing. Do you really believe that people are one bad day away from becoming Punisher, or superheroes are one bad day from becoming like him?
Yeah. All it takes is it takes the wrong person to be killed, and that superhero goes from, justice to being like we say, judge, jury, and executioner in a very literal sense. Like, for example, I think when it comes to Batman, if someone called Alfred, I think Batman could go bad. Well, I say bad, but I think Batman could very much forego all his kind of like morals and things like that. If someone, for I don't know, for like in the Marvel side of things, if someone murdered Aunt May for Spider-Man, I think I could set him off. And we've had Gwen Stacy die. I think we've had Mary Jane die a few times as well. But like I think it's all about what happens to set someone off in it. I think there's always that one person that every kind of hero has, that if that person died or was killed, rather.
Or villain as well. It's often that the villain's story starts with someone close to them dying. That's why they become a villain in the first place. And that's what pushes to it. Look at Mr. Freeze.
You're around, go on, Karen, continue.
Yeah, I was just going to say, because if we're talking about morality and everyone's one bad day away, those people, the supervillains, they were one bad away. That's how they got there in the first place. So imagine now a superhero does kill someone, and that in turn creates another supervillain. You see what I'm saying? Then it's a different take. Is it now a
continuous cycle then?
Exactly, yeah.
Also, with killing and whatnot, do you think superheroes who kill are more effective than superheroes that don't?
Yeah.
But who
Daredevil is actually, for example, let's compare Daredevil and Punisher. Who do you think is actually doing more for society, Daredevil or the Punisher?
To be honest, I wouldn't say Punisher, because you probably feel like even at the rate that he's killing people, it probably doesn't actually affect too much going on. There's always going to be, especially the type of crime that he deals with, that crime isn't just going to go away.
Exactly.
Because the root problem of the crime will still be there anyway. So it's just going to come back.
Whereas with Daredevil, you've got Daredevil being a lawyer, dealing with cases and very much being, I guess, at the root of the problem when it comes to like the situation that happened in Hell's Kitchen. So maybe Matt Murdock, the person, is probably doing more than Daredevil is, I think, in that regard. Because like Ryan said, like there's no point killing off all these like low tier bad guys, as it were, without addressing what's causing them to be bad guys in the first place. So exactly. So it's a socioeconomic issue. If you're not addressing that, I just ran a thought just popped into my head, because like the purpose of heroes is to protect society and deal with bad guys, right? So then why isn't there a hero that's tackling the socio-economic issues? Stop these bad guys from being bad guys. I don't know. Just stop the bad guys from being bad guys in the first place. Do you get me? If we understand that a lot of bad people are products of their environment, and then obviously I'm not saying that, you know, everyone within those environments is going to turn up to be a bad guy, but if we understand there's a socio-economic issue for the majority of these bad guys, why is no one dealing with the socio-economics to stop these bad guys from being bad guys in the beginning? Do you know what I mean?
It was kind of touched on a small bit in like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Obviously,
right.
Carly's motives. Sam kind of recognized that as well. She tried to. What?
That's actually a good thing with Carly as well. What was your guys' thoughts on her motive and her plan? Because obviously she's coming on a wave where obviously after literally the snap was the best thing that happened to us, because literally after the snap people stopped caring about borders, colors, all that screen, all that stuff, and we all became, for once in human history, we all became one people, and there was no such thing as borders and that. Now people have come back after the snap, and now things have gone actually back to normal, and she doesn't want it like that. What was your guys' thoughts on that?
I think she was justified in wanting things to change, because it's like for the majority of the world, for the world that stayed behind during that 5-year period, they had to move on. Yeah. They had to live their lives. Things had to change for them to come together in this united, I'll call it a united pain. Like there's not been an event like that where the world is truly being united in pain in the loss of people. So of course, you know, it wasn't a case of like, okay, well, you live in, I don't know, Sudan, and I live in Japan, and you live in Australia, and we can't come. Like people had to come together for each other. Yeah. So then once the people who left come back, because to be honest with them, no time has really passed. Mm-hmm. So now they're like, oh, you know, what's going on? Why are you in my house? Why are you in my country? Why is this? Why is that? And they want to change things up. I personally don't think they had the right to do that. I think you can't just come and switch up 5 years of progress that we've made. So I get Carly's actions. Her execution of it was very much more desperate than anything else. But I totally
she was crazy. She was killing people left, right, and center.
Yeah. That also the thing, like for example, some people is like a view thing. Some people see like as a freedom fight, even though she's killing people, but some people see as a terrorist. It also comes back to the views of who kills and who doesn't kill, and who overall, who at the end, like obviously, who actually gets to decide what people get to decide what threats get to be neutralized or not. For example, we agree here. For example, the Joker, he's got to be neutralized. But for example, someone like Cobblepot Penguin, we don't. He can stay in the prison. Like who decides these things?
Well, it's got to be the government, right? It's a government issue.
Yeah, but yes, that's a hard one, because in these fictional universes, the governments usually aren't great anyway, are they?
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Put Penguin in Arkham in it, you know, give him 3 or 4 days. He's bursting straight back out in it.
Yeah. That also even leads back to the thing like Uzi Finker. Actually, now looking back at it now, I'm kind of on Iron Man's side when it comes to the Sokovia Accords, you know. At first, I used to be on Captain America's side.
Listen, I'll tell you, man, right now, you're bugging, innit? There's absolutely no chance that Team Iron Man was right about that.
They weren't right. They weren't right. There's no way keep the government keeping them in check would be beneficial to anybody.
Especially when it's fundable. It's Ross as well.
Yeah, but then it also leads back to the point: who allows obviously
not him.
Then who then should it be someone? Should they be at a superhero's discretion then?
It's a case of this, right? When you have heroes exist and you have villains exist, right? It's a case of do you want these villains to go away? Do you want these villains to stop doing what they're doing, right? So you have to allow heroes to cast their own judgment and do what needs to be done in it. I don't think it's anyone's place to be like.
You have to trust the hero that if they are going to kill someone, that it was justified.
But then again, for example, say there's a hero in a building, and you can't get him out, and there's civilians in the building as well. Is it justifiable the hero blows up that building?
Oh, so there's a villain in the building with a civilian.
With civilians, bare civilians. Okay. You can't get the villain out. You can't get in. But and there's a way, and the hero's gonna act. The only thing is blow up the thing. Is that justifiable then? Are you letting them?
I mean, like some people might say, like exactly? What's the threat level? Is getting rid of this villain gonna be worth sacrificing I don't know, these 10, 15 lives. Is it worth sacrificing these 10, 15 lives for the greater good of millions? That's always going to be the question when it comes to these situations, because like, what's the value of one life compared to millions? You know what I mean? So like, we like, because at the end of the day, no matter what happens, it's the hero that has to deal with the aftermath every time. So whether the hero chooses to kill or not kill, they have to deal with those consequences every time. Batman has to deal with the fact that every time he doesn't let every time he leaves Joker alive, and every time he just locks Joker up and he escapes and he goes out and kills people, that's on him. Every time he and Joker face off and he locks Joker up again, and he escapes again and kills people again, that is on him. He has to deal with that at every waking moment. So there's no real way we can then now say like, okay, well, it's up to this body or this government to be responsible for these heroes, because if they now put those things in place and people still die, it's not really the hero's fault anymore. It's now the government's fault. And then the people are now like, well, why is the government allowing people to die? It's a messy cycle. It's just a whole bigger mess. I don't think we have to allow heroes to just do what they need to do. I think at this point, let them do what they feel is justified.
Giving superpowered people free roam.
Yeah, that's the thing though. You start letting people run around like that, someone's always going to have that one hero.
What do we do? What do we do? Do we lock up here? Do we lock up superpowered people? Do we just lock them up then and let villains run free? Like, because like villains are gonna villain. Villains are gonna villain. Like,
but some heroes lead on.
I don't agree with the Sokovia Accord specifically, but in a sense, I don't know. It'd be hard to just let heroes run wild. If they're working in people, then something has to be monitoring them.
So what kind of monitoring would there be? Like, because either way, you're gonna have a government body involved in the dealings of superhero business. So if you're now gonna have these government bodies being like, okay, well, superhero A can't now go deal with situation B because of government policy C and trade deal D and this, that, E, like if it just becomes messy, like the thing.
Imagine being told you can't save someone.
Yeah, you go find that.
You're just gonna go anyway. You're gonna be like, no, that's dead.
Imagine there's a crisis going on in North Korea, right? Like a mad world crisis going on in North Korea, and a superhero who could stop that crisis from happening can't go because the US government owns that superhero, or that superhero has to report to the US government. And because of the US government's dealings with North Korea, they do you know what I mean? Like, once you get politics involved, it just turns into a big mess. Like, we start telling heroes where they can and can't go to.
So you're saying it kind of takes what a superhero is meant to be then?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I thought definitely like the Avengers specifically. I keep going back to that because I think that's the best thing. I think they were 100%. They should have been above the government. They shouldn't be reporting to the US government. No way. And that's why I'm still Team Cap.
Very much Team Cap. Being Team Cap all day. There's no way. There's no way you're catching being Team Iron Man, man.
Yeah, that's some questionable people.
But you know what? I keep seeing Team Iron Man over the timeline, isn't
it? Team Iron Man looked good. Don't get me wrong. The lineup was great, but in terms of the moral compass and where they aligned, nah.
Team Cap I'm killing innocent people in Japan, bro.
Yeah, I know, but but Team Iron Man's all dead now anyway.
Yikes! Right with the harsh criticism. Oh man.
Also, even think about super, like obviously super villain, like war level threats. Yeah, it's funny, like when you try, for example, how should superheroes be judged during execution, or should I be left only to like war level threats like Doomsday and that?
Well, this goes back to my initial point. Like, is there? Are we talking about heroes killing living things, period, or just people? Because at the end of the day, Doomsday is a living thing, right?
But I don't know. I think it's different. If you take say Superman, for example, who is an alien, that might make more sense to him. But if you've got a human superhero, I think it would be easier for them to kill an alien, because for them it's just an alien, whereas the Superman is probably more of like a living being. You probably see it differently. Can you, if there's a world level threat, alien rocks up, and you're just a human based hero, are you You're not pulling your punches. You're gonna try to kill it.
Well, of course not. If it's a world level threat, if we're talking about the end of life itself, and the only option is to kill this thing, you're gonna kill the thing. Like there's no other option. Like you either let the thing kill you or you kill it.
Like
You'll be killed.
We're probably all in agreement that obviously when Darkseid comes, like parademons, Batman has killed a few parademons.
Yeah.
So I would say Batman, his rule is he doesn't kill humans, but living beings, he's not averse to killing.
If he needs like, I mean, you can't lock up a parademon. You can't chuck a parademon in Arkham. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's like you have to kind of kill it. So yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's an interesting thing because it's always tricky to navigate whether or not heroes should be killing and stuff. And when you look at the heroes that do kill, are they justified in their killing? It's just, yeah. I think the best way to deal with this thing, just have a hero deal with all the socio-economic issues, stop bad guys being bad guys, and we're good.
But then again, some people are just crazy for being crazy sake.
Then put them in Arkham. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. We don't have enough options with this thing, honestly. But it is what it is.
But it's funny how literally, if you like rock with Batman, like if you join a Bat family, you gotta like not kill and follow his rules. Who says his way is the correct way though?
Well, I mean, come on.
Yeah, if you want to be a sidekick, then you should.
Exactly. You got to follow the rules. You got
so if your own hero, then, isn't it?
Exactly.
For example, like Ozzy, when Red Hood like became redeemed and like he was like, "Ah, cool." Batman's like, "I'll let you like work in Gotham, but you have to use rubber bullets. You can't kill now." Or for example,
bro, that's to be expected. Gotham's Batman's, bro. Come on, like.
Hold on. Who said Gotham is Batman's? Who said? Because if I run up in Gotham now and I say I want to be a hero in Gotham because I live in Gotham too, and I decide and I want to be killing people, who is Batman to tell me?
Batman first. You run that shit by Batman.
Who is Batman to tell me that I can't kill supervillains? Who is Batman to tell me that I can't bang up Mr. Freeze and Penguin? Who is he?
Well, also leads to the fact where literally when Damien came to the fore as well, he made Damien not no longer killing as well. Like, literally.
But that's different. Like if you work under Batman, like you have to follow Batman's rules. I agree with that 100%. Like,
you don't think Batman's hypocrite as well because
Batman lives in Gotham. Batman lives in Gotham.
Absolutely.
Gotham has deep-rooted ties to his family name.
Have you noticed Batman literally will try to turn away other people from being vigilantes, but it's okay when he does it.
What else would he be doing then? If there are other people that are vigilantes in the city, what would there be for Batman? But
why is Batman's fight is the righteous fight, but everyone else's fight isn't?
Because he's Batman, bro.
I'm not even saying it. I'm not even saying it's right, innit? I'm not even saying it's right. I'm just saying you can't pull up to Gotham and expect to deliver.
No, I don't agree with that. Nah. If I live in Gotham, yeah, and if I'm a Gotham citizen, I got my Gotham passport, yeah.
And I pay my Gotham taxes.
Do you know what I mean? And I pay my Gotham taxes. You can't tell me that if I decide to be a hero and I decide to put a bullet in Joker's head, that I can't now be a hero in Gotham because Batman's there. Who is Batman to tell me? Real talk. No. Who is Batman? I pay tax too, Batman. Who are you to tell me that I can't be a hero in the same city as you, bro? Read it, truly. What's Batman gonna do? Arrest me?
If you start going around killing people, you're going to Arkham.
Nah. Because
people get to Gotham on Friday.
If I kill Joker, are you trying to tell me Gotham wants to throw me a damn parade?
Listen,
come on now.
By Monday,
come on, nah.
You know the thing is, Batman. The reason why he knows he can kill him, but he knows he'll become irrelevant if he doesn't kill Joker. That's why he keeps him alive.
Yeah,
they need each other. They need each other, and Batman knows that.
Joker keeps him in business.
Being a Batman is a sense of being. He doesn't want to eradicate crime. He just wants to, live and exist with crime.
I like that. That's facts. Facts, no cap.
Massively.
Fact.
You
don't agree, Ryan?
No.
You think come on now.
You think Batman enjoys the crime?
Fam, he loves it. He loves it. Because if he didn't, he would listen. If I was Batman and I took my job seriously, yeah, there is no way I'm putting all these damn crazies up in Arkham. I'm building a state-of-the-art prison like the Raft, I'm sending them also the Phantom Zone. Like these guys aren't getting out. Once you're in, you're in. He loves the chase. He loves it. He's like, ooh, what day is it? Sunday. Okay, so Monday, Joker's getting out. Cool. Let me mark my calendar down. Let me get ready for that. Tuesday, Poison Night. Like Wednesday, Ivy's getting out. Friday, Scarecrow's gonna, fuck up some people. Great, sure. Lovely stuff. That's why we saw it. Like, he loves this stuff, man. He loves it. Absolutely loves it. Can't tell me nothing.
Right, he doesn't want to eradicate crime, bro.
He loves it.
Oh,
he loves crime.
To be fair, he doesn't, innit? Because but that's because of the non-stop cycle. That ain't his fault.
It is his fault.
Gotham's a lost cause. We know this.
That is true. Yeah, it's right.
No, I don't think it is, though. If really truly, if Bruce Wayne and Batman decided to turn things around, they could, but they don't want to. Because
if you sent Batman to Metropolis and you sent Clarke Kent or Superman to Gotham, what do you think happens? Do you think Superman makes a brighter Gotham? I'm telling you, he wouldn't last. He'd crack within a week.
Yeah, he'd probably go crazy.
Like that.
He will go crazy.
I think he'd get tired. Superman would get tired. He's like, I'm having to look up Joker again and again.
I would say this though: crime was down when Red Hood was running Gotham. That's all I'm saying. Crime rate was down. That's all I'm saying.
Wasn't he running crime though in Gotham anyway?
Hey, yeah, he was the crime.
He was the crime.
He became a statistic, bro. Come on.
Exactly.
You got to put things in context.
Oh, sugar.
But yeah, I think we're done with that.
All right, let's round up.
Any announcements, Danny?
No announcements. No, don't worry about that. No announcements. When we know stuff and you know stuff, we'll let you know.
Don't forget you don't know the council hashtag. Follow us on socials everywhere.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts on whether heroes should kill.
Definitely let us know what you think, where you stand on the moral compass of things. Send us in. I want questions, man. Send us in questions. I miss questions. The next episode we're going to be doing will be on Invincible. So if you have questions about Invincible
and Falcon and
Winter Soldier, sorry, and that too. Send us in your questions on that. We'll get them answered. What else? Yeah, just the usual stuff. Follow us on social media. Interact with us. Tell us about your day. Come say hi. I'll be back streaming next week. So look out for the streams and stuff like that. More YouTube content coming. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And yeah, that's more or less it at this point, people. So have a good day. Peace out. Are you a content creator looking for some new kit? Well, ELGATO has a quality range of products just for you. That's right, ELGATO isn't just for gaming content. From the chroma key green screen, the key light which provides studio quality lighting, and of course the new Waveron microphone providing outstanding quality audio, ELGATO is there to meet all your content creation needs. Visit elgato.com and check out the full range of products for more information. And a big shout out to ELGATO for supporting us.